the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Lacey Swope.
Holy moly, that video looked so good. What an amazing event. The weather will be good to go by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. And today we are slowly warming, but it's all about what is coming. So let's break down the very latest data this morning. There's the culprit. There's the problem child. See the spin coming out over Mexico, south of Arizona? That is headed towards Texas. And look at the stream of moisture coming up over Oklahoma, over Texas. That's been providing us the cloud cover, providing us the bits of rain and sleet. The track of this thing has shifted a little bit. It is tracking further to the south. It's tracking a little bit drier now for Oklahoma and also tracking a little bit warmer, which is all great news for an ice storm. That means you're seeing less and less impacts of ice. In Oklahoma City, I think we see very little in the way of ice. You get further to the south, there'll be still some areas in south central Oklahoma that could have some higher totals, and I'll show you that in a minute. This thing is still going to be a big time problem for the states to our south and off to our east. So here's the very latest with the latest data coming in this morning. Still looking dry in Oklahoma City now through this afternoon when we climb above freezing. This evening, temperatures do drop. We get back down below 32. But for a while this evening, the dry air still wins out and the precip stays down to the south. Tonight and tomorrow morning, there is a window where we could have some light ice, some light freezing rain, some light sleet. But as far as major problems to travel, as of right now, it looks like a few slick spots in the metro. Then we climb above freezing, the precip ends, and we're back to the 30s and 40s tomorrow afternoon. Southern Oklahoma still having the chance to get some icing, and in fact, if you look at radar right now, the moisture goes from Mexico all the way back over to Tennessee, and the major ice impacts again further to the south. Right now on radar, moisture is riding up in that cloud deck, but there's very dry air underneath it, and most of this is all evaporating. What you're seeing on Next Gen Live may get some very light freezing drizzle down to the south. Much better chances late this evening and tonight. Currently on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network, it is 23 degrees here in Oklahoma City. We're almost done with this. Hang on. We're almost done with this Arctic air. It is eroding away slowly. Teens, 20s, now mid-20s down in southern Oklahoma. Light winds. We're not going to see any major wind out of this system over the next 24 hours, and that's good news for any areas that do pick up light icing. Today, here's your forecast. By noon, 30. By 3 o'clock, 34. We're back down close to freezing by 6 p.m., but this afternoon, the precip will stay to the south, and it does look light for quite a while this afternoon. Mid-30s, some low 30s to the south, upper 30s and 40s in the northwest. And this evening, well after dark, I'm talking closer to 9, 10, 11 o'clock, a chance for some very light rain, freezing rain and sleet. Better chances from Lawton to Duncan to Sulphur down to Ardmore and Durant. Of course, we'll have trackers out this evening, tonight, early tomorrow, updating you. But as of right now, the way this data is going, it is a slight to kind of a moderate chance that we get precip here in Oklahoma City. And I think you get further south, that chance still definitely goes up. It's about a 60% chance here in Oklahoma City, and even with that, it looks light. Tonight, we do fall down into the 20s. We'll see some 30s down in southern Oklahoma. We'll have a south wind for a while tonight. There may be a few areas that stay just above 32, and you get a cold rain for longer, and hoping for that for sure. Cold rain would be much better, and that would definitely help cut into any of these ice totals. Tomorrow morning, for a while, we will still have a chance of some spitting drizzle, some very light freezing rain and sleet, but you notice the chances where they're the highest still down in south central and southeastern Oklahoma. Tomorrow afternoon, cold rain comes to an end. We may still have a little sleet mixing in, a little freezing rain for a while longer in southeastern Oklahoma. So we're kind of a state divided. I think it's going to be a razor fine line to where you just don't have any precip and where you have very light patchy ice. Okay, so for tomorrow morning for the drive, we will have a chance for some patches of ice, but as far as just a complete glaze covering everything, the way this is going, that is not going to be the case tomorrow morning. Of course, stay tuned to the forecast. The exact track of this just a little bit would change these totals, and that's still possible. As of right now, this has definitely been the trend further to the south, between 1/10 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch from Lawton to Sulphur to Ada, and we still may have a couple of bullseyes with 1/4 to close to 1/2 of an inch down in south central and southeastern Oklahoma. And if we end up with any power outages or any effects from the ice other than the roads, that's where it would be, down to the south and east. Tomorrow afternoon, 40s, maybe 50 in Alva for your Thursday. Holding on with the cloud cover, the precip longer. You're colder in southeastern Oklahoma. Here come the 40s on Friday. 50s and 60s are on the way, guys. It'll feel like spring by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. Back to you.